Can I hear a shout from all the business owners in this room? Wasn't loud enough. Once more. Phenomenal. Is there anyone here who does not want to scale up? Maybe he should come and share with us how he scaled up already. All right. So, what does it take to scale up, right? A lot of moving parts in motion, your funding, your technology, your processes. How is everything going to fall in together? What is the plan of action? Well, what if I tell you it may not be as difficult as I am making it sound or as difficult as you may imagine it to be? With that, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, Mr. Ibrahim Mohamed. Those of us that know him, quite a star in his own right. Apart from being a celebrity, he's also a master strategist. So he's been a strategist for the last 27 years, and he's held various strategy and senior finance positions across the board. He currently works as a strategy advisor to SMEs and entrepreneurs, and he says his core strengths include long-term strategy formation, execution, communication, coaching, and leadership development. That's a lot. He says his wife is very happy with him ever since he joined BNI because he's become a better listener. But those of us that know him probably know that he's found a strategy around that to make it seem like that. On that note, I'd like to introduce Mr. Ibrahim Mohamed.
Thank you. Thank you. And for the first time, I'd like to say, good afternoon, BNI. Because we are all used to saying good morning, BNI, because those of you who are not part of BNI, we always meet in the morning. All right. So what am I going to talk to you about today? And before that, thank you, BJ, thank you, Pankaj Bhai, thank you, the national office, regional office, for giving me the opportunity to share a few things that I've learned. I'm honored, and I'm going to get started without any further ado. So today, the subject matter is not about referrals, actually. We all know BNI is about referrals because we come to gain business referrals to grow our business. But is there anything else that BNI can offer us to scale up? And I'm going to share you a few things with you today that I found are so interesting that if we were to apply that to our business, we are going to scale, 5 times, 10 times, even 100 times as possible, because BNI has done phenomenal over the last 4 decades almost, and it continues to grow, as we just heard from the national director. So, this is the topic of my presentation today, BNI Beyond Referrals. So, I'm going to tell you a story, and I've made it up. I'm going to use Dr. Ivan Meisner. I hope BJ can save me from any lawsuits from Dr. Ivan Meisner. This is just a story I made up today to depict a point. So, this is a person who has been part of a BNI member, he's a BNI member for some time. And he's gotten his referrals, he's happy, he's a good member. But he wants more. He wants to grow farther and further, and he wants to understand how BNI can help him grow the business even better, so he can really be a happy person, achieve the mission of his life, because the BNI's objective is to help you grow your business so you can live a successful and happy life. BNI wants to contribute to the life. All right, so he's thinking this, and he falls asleep. And he thinks about all this time, and he falls asleep, and he sees someone in the dream. Guess who he saw? Dr. Ivan Meisner. And he says, look, I love my members. If you have something in your mind regarding growth, you can always come to me. I'll come to you if you can't come to me. So Dr. Ivan Meisner showed right in his dream, and he says, Dr. Meisner, tell me, what else can you tell me about BNI? I've gotten referrals. I'm happy, But what else? So he said, okay, I want you to walk out of this room and then come back in and tell me what you saw. The guy walks out of this room and he sees this. And he's like, and then he turns around and looks like this. Is it really sure? Are you? And like this again. And he walks back in. And he walks back in and he said, Dr. Meisner, and it's all happening in the dream. Dr. Meisner said, did you see something? Did you see something? Yeah, Dr. Meisner, you showed me a light bulb. I see it all the time. What's the big deal about the light bulb? I can buy it for 50 fils from Walmart. What is the light bulb all about? I'm not too excited. So he said, all right, this is light bulb represent an idea. My dear, light bulb is all that BNI has to offer besides referral. The bottom part is what you see, the referrals. And everything above is about growing a business. So now I got it. So he said, okay, tell me more. I'm feeling something. In Hindi says, kuch ho raha hai. Please tell me, what else do you have? I'm excited to grow my business. He said, all right. So I'm going to give you a few points how I grew BNI. Because BNI has been growing for the last 37 years. And I've learned something which I'll be happy to share with you. And when you wake up, share this with the other members because they will be successful also. And this guy says, okay, now I got some idea of vision. So he starts thinking himself like world full of opportunities. Not just a room full of referrals, but a world full of opportunities beyond referrals. Okay. Then our Dr. Ibrahim Mohamed says, look at this. And he goes again like this. First he showed me a light bulb. Now he's showing me letter J. I'm not sure if this is the real Dr. Ibrahim Mohamed, because he keeps showing me these images. And he says, you know what this is? This is how BNI grew. This is called the J curve. All the financial experts, I'm not a financial expert. I know a little bit about finance. He said, this is how BNI grew. BNI started and it just took off. For the last 37 years, BNI has grown again and again over the last 37 years, non-stop. Every year, we are contributing to the growth of BNI. It has grown for 37 years, chapters being added again and again and again. We just had 46% growth. This is the J curve. And the lines that you see are some chapters being added, some members being added, others leaving for reasons that they know better, but BNI continues to grow. So that's the first thing I want you to know. Be sure that what I'm going to tell you is something I've experienced and the world has seen it. All right. He said, the first thing I want you to know, a few formula. I'll give you a few things. I'm a formula guy. Everybody who knows me closely know that I sum up things into certain formulas. And he said, okay, the first thing I want you to know is that you as an entrepreneur have more worries than just finding sales. Sales is definitely what you need, but you need to know more. So you need to work on your business, not in your business. There's a book that Dr. Ivan Meisner referred to, and I would encourage every one of you to read. It's called The E-Myth. The E-Myth. And there's a revised version. And E stands for entrepreneur, the myth of entrepreneurship. What is it all about? So he said, when I studied that from Michael Gerber, and when I read the book, it really opened my eyes. Because an entrepreneur does a lot of things. He is the visionary, he is the manager, and he is the technician. He's wearing all kinds of different hats in a given day. And I know a lot about wearing hats. I wear one all the time. So he's wearing different hats. So you need to understand that most businesses, new businesses, by the way, there are 11,000 businesses being formed every day. Or every hour, I believe. Every hour, 11,000 businesses. And guess how many businesses fail in the first year? More than 80%. More than 80% businesses fail in the first year. And the remaining 10% fail from 2 to 5 years, and the remaining fail, and the remaining grow, basically. So 10% businesses grow, which means that there is something about growing the business that we as BNI members should know besides referrals. So the first thing is that you need to work on your business. There are a few activities that entrepreneurs should know. First are low value-added activities. We call them LVA. This is for technicians. Then MVAs. These are mid-value activities. These are for managers. And then we have HVAs, high-value activities. These are for senior managers. And then we have GVAs, greatest value-added activities. And those are the activities what entrepreneurs should be doing as the architect of their business, not working in, but on the business, so that they can continue to focus on the vision. Entrepreneurs like to dream. They like vision. They talk about innovation. And you are all entrepreneurs, and you like to dream. You have dreams. You have ambitions, you want innovation, but then when you have to wear your manager hat, you want to have order, process, systems. And then when you wear your technician hat, you need to actually get the work done. So juggling with all three hats sometimes can become difficult. And you need to understand that if you want to grow business, you're going to have to hire people. So that's the first thing. You figure out yourself what is the formula that you can be focused on the highest and greatest value-added activities, work on your business. Number 2, begin with the end in mind. As Dr. Stephen Covey said a long time ago, reverse engineer your goal. What you want to achieve, figure that out first, the outcome, and then come back and find the ingredients of what you want to build. If you're going to start with the input, you may not get to the final thing that you want because there could be tremendous number of inputs starting anything. But find out exactly what you need. It could be a sales target. It could be production target. It could be marketing target, financial targets. Figure that out every year. And then from there, you go back and see, okay, what are the things I need to do to basically get to that point, month by month. So by this time, this guy, Joe, he wants a break. He said, Dr. Meisner, you've told a lot of things. I need a break because I need to digest this. So what are the few things he said? He said, the first thing you need to understand is that BNI offers a lot more than just referrals. It offers a world of opportunities. Think of that light bulb. You need to read that book, E-Myth, work on your business, not in your business. And you need to start the goals, define the finish, then define the start, and then go. All right, once you do that, then what's the next thing you have to do? You have to then convert those goals into systems. Systems are very, very important. Without systems, your technician, your manager cannot work. So you need to understand that without systems, your ambitions will fail. That's the other thing Dr. Meisner did. He converted his ideas into systems. BNI started in 1985, if I'm correct. January 1985 is when they started. And you know how it started? It started because Dr. Ibrahim Mohamed, who used to do consulting engagements, he lost one client, a big client, and he all of a sudden started to look for referrals. And once he started to look for referrals, he found out this is not as easy as I thought. So he put together a group of people, they met, and they liked the idea, and they said, let's do it more. So at the end of the first year, they had 20 chapters. And at that point, he still didn't have a lot of plans to grow. He thought, okay, I'll probably grow a few chapters, and then that'll be it. So that's how BNI came into existence. At that time, he didn't have these sophisticated tools that we have, but he had an idea. And from that idea, it all grew into what we have today. So he said, you need systems. Because without systems, you cannot delegate properly. So as entrepreneurs, the third thing you need to understand that BNI gives is systems. Now look at BNI. A new member joins. Within weeks, he starts following the system. It's an amazing thing that BNI does. Over the last 35 years or 37 years, they have perfected this formula that a new member comes in and they all start walking in one direction. And it's not Dr. Ivan Meisner, it's the people around him globally that have done. Throughout the years, BNI is like a relationship lab with right now roughly 300,000 human scientists adding values and ideas, continuously growing to make sure the system becomes perfect and even better. This is how BNI has gotten where it is right now. These 2 pages that I'm holding in my hand, basically, it sums up the policies, the core values, the BNI objective. BNI exists because they believe in giving good to people, being good to people, like-minded people, looking to help each other to grow. It's a noble cause. And then they said, all right, we're going to convert this into certain core values. So they said, the core values over the last 37 years have been perfected into giver's gain, relationship building, accountability, lifelong learning, positive attitude, innovation and tradition, and recognition. This is what sums up the BNI core values. As far as policies, only one member can join from one classification. They cannot be part of any other organization outside BNI that requires referrals. If they become a member and they don't like the classification, they must apply again. Once they become a member, they have to complete the 90 days MSP or MAP training. Once they become a member, they need to make sure they come every week. Otherwise, they can be absent 3 times or they send substitute. It won't be marked absent. The only other time they can go out is for medical leaves. which had to be granted by the MSMC, and the members have to bring in qualified referrals and visitors to stay engaged. Visitors can come twice before they have to make a decision. Members cannot send anything to other members in terms of marketing unless they get unconditional consent, unambiguous consent. So make sure if you're sending anything, you tell people that this is what I'm going to say. And if you want to present a feature presentation, only members, director, consultants, ambassador can present at BNI meetings. This is how, I hope I didn't miss anything. These are how the 12 policies of BNI in 2 pages. They have taught everything. The non-discrimination, the non-harassment policy, and a whole world of doing good to all members. The 2 words of give and gain I've given you in 2 pages. And this is how BNI has scaled up. Simplicity, lots and lots of internationally renowned people adding value to this. If you can remember these 2 pages, and if you can bring your business down to these 2 pages, I guarantee you, you're going to grow like BNI. So this is what systems do. Now, once you build systems, you need to track your numbers. Okay, everybody knows PALMs here, people who are BNI members. Give me a shout out if you know what PALMs is. Yeah, all right. All right, for people who are not part of BNI, we track our activities, which we call key performance indicators. Those are how many times you're present, absent, substituted, late, medical, how many one-to-ones, which are meetings, how many referrals you passed, how many visitors you brought, how many times you substituted, and what is the business you passed, and also how many testimonials have given to other members. These are called PALMs. We track them. Now, pay attention to this. What are they? They are the activities that we do. Isn't it? They are not the results. They are the activities. Being present is an activity, yes. Not being present is an activity also. It's an activity which you don't want to happen, but it happens. Okay, one-to-one is an activity. Calling visitors activity. Referrals, TYFCB tests, all are activities. So this is the lesson here. Dr. Meisner said to this guy, Joe, you need to start tracking the key activities in business that make your business successful. And that's how you're going to put together an excellent scorecard. And if you track it, by the way, Dr. Meisner, I heard, tracks 2 numbers every day. You know what they are? Every day. 1 KPI or 2. How many chapters? How many members? Every single day. He said himself, I track 2 numbers every single day. How many members and how many chapters? That's his formula for success. And you need to find out in your business, if you don't know this by heart, you need to get it right, because otherwise you're going to struggle in one of the other areas of your business. So reverse engineer your goals, build system, bring it down to 2 pages, and track your numbers, my friends. Now, this is where the myth becomes interesting. Entrepreneurs love to do everything because they think they can do it best. And the problem happens when they have to delegate. Because delegation is not very easy. As business owners, we think we can do the best. And our people, may not be good enough. We can lose customers. We're not feeling confident. But the problem is not with the person. The problem is with the entrepreneur. Most of the time, the problem is with the entrepreneur. They don't want to delegate. So the next thing he told this guy, Joe, he said, you need to learn how to delegate. And when you delegate, you need to delegate authority along with responsibility and accountability. If you can learn that triangle of authority, accountability, and responsibility, you're going to do a good job of delegation. And delegate a little bit, as people are new, train them, delegate more. If everybody and their mother has to come to you every single day about every little thing, that means you haven't done a good job about delegation, and you're never going to get out and go to the highly or greatest value-added activities because you're still stuck in the manager's or technician's role. So get your delegation thing right. And this is a chart that I got. He showed this chart to this person. He said, what is this chart? He said, this is a chart I made many years ago. It was handwritten. When I started BNI, I had 15 boxes there. Can anybody count how many boxes does have Dr. Meisner's name? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 out of 15 boxes have Dr. Ivan's name. He started with the same problem as we did. And we have to be able to relate because he grew BNI into what it is today. But how? Well, he said, this is what I'm going to do. It says this amounts to a list of things that Ivan needed to get off his plate. That's in the footnote it says. This amounts to a list of things that Ivan needed to get off his plate. So he made a point, is that in the next 5 to 10 years, I'm going to slowly start getting myself out of this, and I'm going to start picking people into these roles so they can free me up, and I can do what I do best, is envisioning. I'm a vision person. I'm a believer. I like to grow. Now, a few years back, he said, finally, I've gotten rid of all these activities on my plate. Even the CEO title, I don't hold anymore. Now the title is Chief what? Chief Visionary Officer. He loves envisioning. So he went back to his role and have delegated everything. And BNI, has it stopped growing? Continues to grow. So that's a myth. That your business cannot survive without you is a myth. You need to make, or we need to make entrepreneurs ourselves redundant from our business so it can grow on its own. If you like to hold things too much, you're going to get into the problem of not scaling up. And you need to make sure you get out of that. All right. This is another point he made. He said, entrepreneurs love when they are in their flame. When they are in their flame. So you need to work in your flame. You're all passionate about something. The way we start our business is because we are passionate about one thing or the other. And that passion makes us believe that since I'm a good person with knowledge in certain area, I can start my business. And they miss out on the thought that business is not about being passionate on selling or technical knowledge. Business is a whole lot different thing. You need to hire people, build systems, set goals, have your KPIs. All these things are part of growing a successful business. So the idea here is that work in your flame, do what you do best, and give your wax. Don't work in your wax. Let someone else work in your wax, because this could be their flame. Your wax could be their flame. So you need to delegate. You need to delegate, and you need to do what you do best. That is another point here. And once you do that, once this guy understood everything that Dr. Meisner said, he applied it. He applied the principles. He applied the policies. He built a system. He did his goal setting. He got his numbers right. Start tracking the numbers. And then what he's doing? He's doing what he loves to do. To live a life of fulfillment. He's flying. And guess where is he going? He's going to meet Dr. Meisner. He's going to say, I applied everything and I'm going to meet you now because what you told me has actually worked. So this is a very important picture that you need to see. If you love something, if you are really passionate about something, and if you're great at it, and the world needs it, and you get paid for it, you're going to be flying with like this guy every single day. You're going to be in the sky every single day because the world needs it, you love it, you are good at it, great at it, and you're getting paid. Nothing better than that. So I want all of us to find our flame, because BNI is about that. It's about finding your flame, putting a model together, and then succeeding. By the way, in the E-Myth, one of the things Dr. Meisner said is you need to document every single thing. Every single thing you do as a CEO, as an entrepreneur, that you think only you can do. And you always, worry about, I don't have time, my people are not good. Write. Document. You cannot build systems without documenting. When you document, then you delegate. Without document, so write everything down and put them into 4 categories. This is a low-value activity. This is a mid-value activity. This is a high-value activity. And this is the greatest value activity where I want to be. And that's how you're going to get rid of the delegation problem. Do like this. And I want to come to the final part of my presentation. In 1983, end of 1983 or 84, Dr. Meisner lost one of his big contracts. And he needed to look for referrals. And he said, this is not something we teach in school. I don't know how to network. So he got together a few people from the same industry, and they started to meet and start passing referrals to each other. And they said, this is a good idea. Let's do more of it. So by the end of 1984, they had 20 chapters. 20 chapters. And then Dr. Meisner has this dream. He said, you know what? He envisioned is that we could be 10,000 chapters one day. This is coming right out of his mouth. 10,000 chapters. And you know what his friend says? Ivan, you're dreaming. And look where we are today. We are roughly at 11,000 chapters. 11,000 chapters. One man's dream. Who would have thought that one man's losing a contract of a major client can turn into the win for thousands of businesses, millions of people, billions of dollars exchange in transactions, touching the lives of so many people. One person's dream. So the Dr. Ivan Misner says, dream big. You don't have to be big to dream, but you do have to dream to be big. Big dreams become big realities. You can create your own realities. Don't listen to the noise outside. It is the voice inside you. I know people in this room who have started from nothing, who people said, you can't do anything. You're wasting your time. And they took the challenge. They listened to the inner voice which says, yes, you can. And not the noise outside that says, no, you can't. And that's the voice you need to listen to. I have someone sitting right in front of me who's done it ever and again. Diksha, I'm proud of you for doing this. You have been a blessing in terms of entrepreneurship. You have applied it, and there are so many out there. I happen to know her because she had challenges, so she has proven. Put the principle inside and work towards them. But if you only have a dream and you don't have a plan, it's a fantasy. A dream with a plan is a vision. A dream without a plan is a fantasy. We're talking about having a vision that helps you strive forward, that helps you grow. And then you need to put systems, and then you need to take action. This is law of attraction. That if you think positive things will happen, positive things will happen. If you think negative things are going to happen, negative things are going to happen. And the power of visualization. I don't consider myself any speaker, but I don't know why people think I can speak well. But I can tell you, I have visualized myself many times and practiced in my mind long before talking to a group of people, and today I am in front of you. Because nothing motivates me more than praising people and adding value. I'm a learner by my strengths. Adding value to people's life through knowledge. That's my lifelong purpose now for the rest of my life. I want to spend my rest of life in serving people through knowledge and appreciation and inspire them so they can motivate themselves to become bigger. So dream big and create your own big realities. Don't listen to things outside that you can. Just listen to, yes, I can and I will do it. Work in your flame, not in your wax. BNI has been built with this phenomenal idea of helping people. Helping people and giving people is an act of God. God, give, and gain start with the same letter. And there is something about this philosophy that if you help others, others are going to want to help you. If we truly live this philosophy every single day, I can assure you, you're going to reach your goals and beyond. Because nothing loses with givers gain philosophy. This is an act of God. God helps those who help other people. There is a small share in Hindi, which I will say and conclude my discussion and my presentation today. And apologies for those who don't understand, I'll translate this. Because you help others, because you have this passion for others to succeed, it's a noble cause. So it says, फानूस बन के जिसकी हिफाजत हवा करे, फानूस बन के जिसकी हिफाजत हवा करे, वो शम्मा क्या बुझे जिसे रोशन खुदा करे. BNI is a God's help to all of us. We need to embrace the philosophy. We need to help people. We need to scale up because you can add so much value. One person, Dr. Ivan Misner, from a small town in California, can impact the lives of us, everybody. And is it because of him we are here together? We would have known it if Dr. Ivan Misner had not lost the contract. He hadn't started BNI. We are here because one man's dream. And all of us have that power inside us. So vision, dream big, have a plan, take action. And that's how BNI adds value. Thank you very much. It's been an honor. I am pleased for this opportunity. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Bijay Shah. Thank you, Pankaj Bhai. Thank you, Synergians. Where are you guys? There we are. Thank you. I'm happy to present you here. I'm your ambassador. Thank you very much. I love you all. God bless BNI. God bless you all.